morning, everybody. Good morning. Good morning. It is 8 o'clock on the dot on a cloudy start to our work week. It is Monday morning, January the 13th. Rise and shine, rise and shine. This is Coffee Talk. I'm West 2 First Warning Meteorologist Eric Burris. We do this 7 days a week. Typically, we talk about the sunshine. Today is not necessarily going to be that day. Let me do this. Let me dial up a tower cam or three. Let's get a live look and see what's doing. First off, Port Canaveral. I was like imagining that I'm over at the water. So, I always like start. I can almost smell that salt air. Looking over to what is that? Is that one? Is that Utopia? Is that Wonder? I can't even tell. It's an Oasis class ship. Anyway, it's a cloudy start. Can we just say that? It is a cloudy start to the day. Blue Origin scrubbed last night / this morning, so we're gonna have to wait a little bit longer for their rocket launch. Oh well, weather, recycling, etc., etc. We'll still be waiting on pins and needles. All right, let's change tower cam. You not gonna work? I wanted to show you downtown Orlando. All right, let's look at another vantage point from our West 2 Studios First Warning Live Doppler radar. Ooh, something going on I-4. Hashtag dislike. That's how the kids talk, at least, right? Let me take you over to Disney Springs, cloudy skies, and Ocala. All right, cloudy skies. There you go. We've got a cold front, my friends, moving into Central Florida, and that's kind of why we've got the clouds this morning. Here's a look at the satellite and radar, and you can see not only is there a cold front moving in, but there's a storm system. This one's a bit further south than the last one, so very heavy rain across the I-10 corridor. Guess I'm not going to fly to St. Simon's Island today. Get a little delicious barbecue. Not going to do that. Oh, well. But, yeah. Cold front is moving in. So let's just dial in our first warning live Doppler radar, check and see how we're doing. And in the metro, we're fine, right? But north of town, there are some light showers. I'll zoom in here. Nothing strong, but some light shower activity kind of coming in Sumter, Lake Marion counties. So we'll call it garbledygook. Can you do that? Is that a thing? It's not a restricted word. I don't know. Temperatures out the door in the 50s. Forecast today showing the cloudy skies. And then kind of little bit by little bit by little bit, we'll watch those rain chances rise. This afternoon into tonight is when we're looking to see the rains in our area. So there you go. All right. Light breeze out of the northeast, 5-10 miles an hour. Not too bad, but yeah, we've got the clouds, the showers kind of going over. I mean, it's overcast outside. I'm at the airport. The bases here it's overcast at 6,000, so it's fine, VFR weather. I'm just not going to be going north. Be limited on my flight today. Oh well, that's okay. So anyway, that's kind of where we're at. Notice today's temperatures. Not chilly. Today's going to be a mild-ish day. And what's so funny about this pattern that we're in is today's mildish air is actually, and this is where it gets funny, right? Today's mildish air is actually still below average, right? Here's the forecast highs today around Central Florida. First off, just notice, okay? Notice, if you will, 68 in Orlando. The average high temperature 71. So even with this mild air, we are still running below average. Not a ton below average, but below average nonetheless. 68 in Orlando, 64 in Leesburg, 63 in the Villages, 60 degrees in Palm Coast. Now, when does the rain arrive? Let's chat about that, right? Here's our Futurecast model. See what's doing. All right. And there's the clouds around. A few showers through the day. It's not going to be too bad. But 1 o'clock, we're starting to see those rains getting closer and closer to our northern areas. At least the decent, not significant rains, but of this storm system, the more significant amount of rain, right? There's 3 o'clock, the rains are arriving. 4, 5, 6 o'clock, getting into the metro. I'll be on the ground well before then, certainly. And then could see some heavier batches of rain around dinner time tonight or so. All right. And then kind of clearing out, and watch what happens after. Clearing skies. You know what happens with clearing skies this time of year? It's usually because of a wind shift. It's usually because of a cold front. Yep. Here's the surface analysis. Cold front moves through. So How does that leave us? Let's take a look. Central Florida's certified most accurate 7-day forecast. And today, you'll notice, is the mild of the bunch, at least the next few days. All right. Then into the weekend, we'll start to climb. But 68 today, 63 tomorrow for a high temperature. Morning low temperature is going to be 54 in the metro. So that's some 40s north of town. Then we get a little chillier. But Saturday into I'm not gonna lie, I kind of don't mind a little bit of milder air. It's been a chilly little stretch. I'm gonna enjoy a subtle reprieve from that. That's just me. That's just me. That's just me. So yeah, Debbie says another gray morning. It's winter. Those things happen. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. You know what? We could even pop up the little radar in the corner. Tracking some wet weather. There. Now we've got it there. Since there are some showers around, might as well do that. Can you explain how low cloud ceilings and why they affect your flying? Lucas is asking. Yeah, bud. I mean, so I'm what is referred to as a VFR pilot only. So I'm a visual guy. So while I have been training to fly in the clouds, I need an instructor next to me to do that. So for me, there are what's called VFR minimums to come through this airport, such as 1,000-foot ceiling, et cetera, et cetera. 3 statute mile visibility. There's requirements. So for me, the ceiling is at 6,000 feet. So we're good. All right. If I find a hole, I can go through the hole. I just can't fly through the clouds, basically. I'm working on my instrument rating that will allow me to do that. So there you go. All right. Make sense? Hopefully that makes sense. So anyway, I'm working on that. Always learning. How much longer until you're IFR rated? Jeannie Rowan's asking. My goal is this year, 2025. Getting the airplane, had to kind of pause the instrument lessons for a bit so that I can really focus on learning the new machinery, and then we'll get back into it. Yeah. You should buzz Lakeland this morning to see if the MiG-23 is still there. You go. Yeah, there you go. I don't know about all that. I don't know. We'll figure it out. Brandon and I will figure out a game plan. So anyway, there's that. All right. So yeah, clouds today. It's going to get cooler, not record cooler, but we do have this cool kind of heading our direction. Wednesday, Thursday, Friday morning, you can see those temperatures are going to be in the 40s for Orlando, daytime highs in the 60s. So we're not done with the cool, but absolutely not into like full on chill mode, right? So we'll just leave it there. Make sense? Make sense? All right. Questions, comments, concerns, anything at all? Pretty quiet morning for us, right? No punching through. Yeah, no punching through. Yukon's asking, how many hours does it take for IFR? You need like 50 hours of cross country. I think I have 43 hours of cross country. There's training and a knowledge base that I'm still working on. So, I'm not in a rush. Always about safety. That's all. That's all. Life is a roller coaster. Felt great yesterday. Today dragging. Yeah, life is a roller coaster, right? Audrey says it just took a nice walk here in Baldwin Park. I mean, it's cloudy, but it's not a bad morning, right? That's all. It's not a bad morning. So, and as a matter of fact, what's so interesting, it's kind of, Mother Nature has a way of being a tricky trickster here. We look at the 7-day forecast, for example, and like, look at how those temperatures are climbing into the mid 70s, even upper 70s, as it were, for this upcoming weekend. So it's kind of interesting how that plays out, right? Mother Nature always throwing tricks at us. So yeah. But for today, we've got a couple of showers. We'll be fine. Yeah. All right. Let's see here. My dogs and I love the cooler weather. Yeah, I get that. For sure. It puts a little pep in your step, right? Nothing wrong with that. Off the subject, but for Drive Through Friday, maybe you could find a meteorologist from the north that shares what they look for. Let us know what they look for to let us know what our weather will be. You mean like meteorologically, Eliza? Tell me more about what you mean. Yeah. I would love to hear that. I could get a meteorologist. We've had several. I mean, I've talked to our colleagues from our other sister stations, so I'd love to hear more of what you're kind of thinking there. Brian says, which 2024 tropical system recycle are we in now, if any at all? Still working on dialing into it. Still working on it. But there's a pretty clear signal coming up later this week into next week that I think is playing in. So we're still working on it. We're still working on it. I won't keep you hanging. That I can promise you. That I can promise you. It's a great, warm, windy day in the Caribbean, Tim says. Indeed. Meanwhile, back here at home, I mean, this is not a bad forecast, right? Clouds today, showers around, not too bad. Yeah. Tiffany says, emailed you pictures of a beautiful pink skies in Ocala this morning. Did you? And I just didn't see it? Let's see. I don't see. I see pictures from Claremont. I see somebody named Jim just bashing whoever was on the air this morning. Cam, love that. I will never understand why people bash other people. Like, are we adults? Can we be flipping mature for a change? We'll never understand that. Let's see here. I'll never understand it. Gotta hop in the shower. Good. Go, John. Have a good one, buddy. Jeannie Rowan says, me either. Lori says, I think this cold weather will make less warmer water for the summer, help with hurricanes. Remember, winters, right? Summers. So water temperatures do come down and they'll climb back up. I don't love bashing others, but we do love Cam, Tim says. Matt says, who would bash Cam of all people? If you don't know, Cam may be the most painfully polite person you'll ever meet. Like, there are so many moments when I look at Cam and I'm like, you are actually too, like, level-headed calm. you know? So the fact that anybody would do that, I just don't understand. Haters gonna hate. That's it, Amy. That's it. Jeannie Rowan says we got Cam's back. Darn right we do. This Coffee Talk family, we will rally for Cam. Ah, Debbie says, I love your patience with some people's comments. Hey, man, you know, what can you do? What can you do? What can you do? Eliza, yep. We hear what your area has, but I find our guy is not the same. And also look at what is happening in the upper Pacific, the La Nina or something like that. We have polar vortex, Colorado a bit off, talking about January predicted. Instead of warmer than average, it's cold. Hope this isn't too convoluted. So you're looking for a deep dive on how like winter forecasting happens, Eliza? I just want to like understand before I approach somebody and ask them the question because I still haven't grabbed anybody for the coffee talk drive-through yet. So we'll work on it. Yukat says Cam is the most soothing on-air presence. She should read bedtime stories. 100%, 100% to calm everybody's nerves down. Nothing wrong with that. And Marquis should read motivational passages. I feel like he does. Yeah. He's got to. Maybe that should be his like online presence. We each need our shtick. Mine's kind of being a little bit of a putz. If you knew my mother, you would have known. Comparison between the two of you and how it differs, what you look at. Maybe that's good then. Yeah. Okay. A meteorologist from the Northeast to talk about how they forecast winter. Okay. Let me chew on that fat and see who I can bother. Okay. Okay. I'll work on that. Let me think about that for a bit. You got Tony should read Italian restaurant menus. Oh my God, that's so mean. My putts, Tony. Yeah, eburris at Hearst.com. Yes, ma'am. Tiffany. Cindy, Coffee Talk drive-through idea. A Met from Southern California to talk about the weather that is driving these fires. That's another good one. Yeah. And to maybe trying to think, I used to know a guy that forecast in Florida and then moved to Los Angeles, but I don't think he's doing weather anymore. What is he doing now? Chief meteorologist. Oh, he's in Houston now? Seriously? Hmm. Interesting. Okay. God, I mean, it's been so long since I've talked to him. All right, let me chew on the fat on this. I've got some ideas now. You've given me some ideas. That's all. Hmm. Hmm. Nikki says a Met from SoCal might be difficult. They're 3 hours earlier than us, and they're so super busy too right now. Yeah, yeah. All right. So that's all I got. We'll keep it nice and quick today. That's all. Tony's guest, a Met from Yakutus, whatever that place is. Oh boy. All right, people. That's all I got. That's all I got. Listen, a couple of showers around. Once the sun comes up and kind of burns some of that moisture off, it'll be good. I would die if you could get Mark Finan from KCRA Sacramento. He's retired now, but maybe he would be up to waking up at 5 a.m. Mark and I've had a few conversations over the years. Yeah, I love Mark. Very like Mark and Cam have a very similar personality to me. Yeah, I wonder if he would do it. I would even tape it, just to get it to work on his schedule. Yeah. All right, Matt. I think you're right. I think I'm going to do that. All right, people. Listen, that's all I got. Be the sunshine in someone else's day. Sound good? Have a great day. Thank you so much for hanging out for coffee talk. All right. I'll see y'all later.